if you did dig deeper, which I'm not going to go down, but
Yeah, that's fine.
it's more of another internet, you know. But we'll go into anime, but I'll talk about it later to you.
I'll hold you back. You have the drink, and let's go back to Deepa. So, Deepa, what about your lockdown experience? What happened during that time?
Well, my lockdown was interesting because for the longest time, I was not doing anything. And then I had like a few submissions, and Chris helped me out with that. So it was the first part of lockdown was it was pretty productive. But now I'm
When you're talking about submissions, you are finishing a master's, isn't it? You're
yeah,
nearly there.
my
Okay.
master's at Kingston, and yeah, he helped me out, and after that, we've just been doing some music together, and yeah.
I understand that you were supposed to perform live. So how is it coming around? I mean, how are you doing it? It's probably that's on camera as well, online.
Well, I think my last performance was supposed to be live, but then we ended up doing a studio recording that it got changed. So everyone did a studio recording with just like a phone, like a video on your phone, something.
Did you guys have the same kind of complaint that many people were talking about? Oh my God, I'm so bored. There's nothing to do, or I can't really watch any more Netflix. Finished all those episodes, all those movies. Did you guys have that moment as well? No.
I had that thought about a week into the lockdown, to be honest.
No, I know it's a confusing situation. You never know, okay, what's happening. To be honest with you, my situation was initially I thought, okay, since I'm going to die anyway, so I started telling people, look, this is what I have in my studio and my guitars and this and that. So if I'm not around, this is how you're going to take care of that one. I didn't make a will though, but you know, most of the things were communicated. So people would know where to find them and what to do with them.
Sure.
So thankfully enough, I'm still around. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have you.
And you can see me alive and kicking. So, okay, probably. How about we start with an amazing song from Deepa and Chris?
Sure. Do you want to introduce the first one?
Yeah, it's called Dream a Little Dream by the Mamas and the Papas.
Wow. And Mama and Papa is watching, definitely.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in a sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and miss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone, blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear. Still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
That's the first ever live, if I'm not wrong.
Hey,
Yeah,
milestones.
So it's done. Now you guys have sung the first one, so it's not first anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to be veteran pretty soon. One thing, Deepa, you sounded amazing,
Thank you.
but we need more guitar from Chris, a bit of volume probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah, great. So, and in the meantime, let's get back to the other guest and I'll come back to you guys. You can have a relaxed, get the other bottle of the drink, whatever you're drinking. The next one, it's a different color. Say, for example, this one was pink. What's the next color? Green, yellow. Okay, yeah, let's see. Let's see, Fanta. Okay, next one is pretty healthy. All right, so we are coming back to you guys. Let's check what our other guest, Farid Ahmed, is doing. Farid bhai, sorry, I was trying to get you the opportunity so you can get the connection sorted.
Is it okay now?
I hope it is, but I understand that broadband can be an issue sometimes, and especially in Bangladesh. During this time, people would connect from, everyone gets connected.
This is only 11 o'clock night. And
Oh.
this time, everyone is online.
Everyone is online. Exactly. That's the problem.
Yes.
So we were talking, Farid bhai, you started back in 78 playing for Shivers as a lead guitarist. And then you joined Firoz Shai.
Right. Yes.
And
in the meantime, we had another band which is Shapturupa.
Shapturupa.
After that, I joined with Firoz Shai. I worked with him about a few years. After that, I started playing in session. I started as a session player, and I was successful in that. I joined in Alauddin Little Orchestra.
So I understand that's definitely by Alauddin Ali?
Yes. No, in fact, Alauddin Orchestra is by the name of Ustad Alauddin Khan.
Okay, wow.
Alauddin Khan.
All right. Yeah, that's a good thing, because I was under the impression.
It was by the family members of Alauddin Khan, Ustad Alauddin Khan. And Dhaka Orchestra is the other, where Mr. Alauddin Ali is working. In Dhaka Orchestra, Alauddin Ali was worked.
Okay.
But in Alauddin Orchestra, I got Mr. Sheikh Sadi Khan, I got Shatto Shaha, I got Ahmed Imtiaz Bulbul, I got Azad Rahman, and many.
So that's how it started for you, basically, at the time that you got into the industry as a arranger, if I'm not wrong.
I started my work as an arranger with Anwar Parvez.
Wow.
After that, I started as an arranger with Alok Khan.
So he was a famous music director for most of the Bangla movies, isn't it? Anwar Parvez.
Yes.
So, ফরিদ ভাই, আপনার ক্ষেত্রে কি এটা হয়েছিল যে বাংলাদেশি তখন যে বাংলা গান, এবং সেটা কি মূলত যে সিনেমার গান দিয়েই হচ্ছিল আপনার তখন সেশন অথবা অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্টের কাজ?
Yes, arrangemenটের কাজটা সিনেমা দিয়ে হতো. But I started my main first song. It was a modern song. কুমার বিশ্বজিৎ গিয়েছিলেন তুমি ছাড়া আমি জানো না.
তুমি ছাড়া আমি, I mean, now I would like to have a trip down the memory lane, and definitely, because it's a long time ago. Once we see the music video, even we can tell that it's a song from a long time back. What's the name of the song again? What's the title?
তুমি ছাড়া আমি জানো না.
Tumi chhara ami jano morubhumi. So probably we can have a listen to that song and we'll get back to it. So that's your first composition back in 1987. So 1987 সালে আপনার করা প্রথম composition as a music director, এটা আপনার আত্মপ্রকাশ এই গানটার মাধ্যমে. So let's have a listen. I mean, I'd like to take everyone or give everyone, even myself, a trip down the memory lane, and so we can have a listen to that song. And I'm sure anyone who would like to listen and who will be listening to it from that era, they would be, I mean, they would have a lot of memories related to that song. So let's have a listen to that beautiful song that you've composed back in 1987. I hope we are ready with that so we can have a listen. Yeah.
তুমি ছাড়া আমি যেন মরুভূমি, অছাড়া পথিকের মতো, সাজানো পৃথিবী এলোমেলো হয়ে যায়, থাকে না আগেরই মতো। ও তুমি ছাড়া আমি। প্রাণহীন দেহ নিয়ে মনে হয় আছি পড়ে আধারের বনবাসে আমি। প্রাণহীন দেহ নিয়ে মনে হয় আছি পড়ে আধারের বনবাসে আমি। স্বপ্ন মহল ভেঙে ধুলোতে মিলায়, থাকে না আগেরই মতো। ও তুমি ছাড়া আমি। বেদনার বালুচরে গতিহীন হয়ে পড়ে জীবন নদীর স্রোতধারা। বেদনার বালুচরে গতিহীন হয়ে পড়ে জীবন নদীর স্রোতধারা। পাতার মতো সুর ঝরে পড়ে হাত, থাকে না আগেরই মতো। ও তুমি ছাড়া আমি যেন মরুভূমি, পথহারা পথিকের মতো। সাজানো পৃথিবী এলোমেলো হয়ে যায়, থাকে না আগেরই মতো। ও তুমি ছাড়া আমি।
So Farid bhai, amazing composition. And first of all, as I was saying, I was getting very nostalgic listening to those songs because when we were growing up, we had a chance to listen to these songs. So what it feels like now after 33 years, so we can tell from the video, even from the sounds, because now when we try to compose things, we have a lot of things, everything is digital because you worked during that time, a lot of analog gear. Everything was analog, wasn't it?
This was analog, but we recorded it in 16 track, but analog 16 track. In tape.
Oh, in tape.
16 track recording it was in tape. In one tape, 16 track.
So was it like a 2-inch tape?
Not a digital, but we tried to make different sound.
We are struggling with the sound with Farid bhai again, Farid Ahmed. So I'd like to invite in the meantime, while we try to sort out the connection, Anwar Sadi, who is already connected with us. Farid bhai, I'm coming back to you again. because I want all the information that you'd be sharing with our audience, I'd like to share with the rest of the audience so they can hear you properly. So for everyone who's watching, especially the people from this generation, we had Deepa and Chris, who are just 22 and 23 years of age. So back in 33 years ago, a song, when you're listening to this music video. So tell me what it felt like, because it was something like 33 years ago. You can imagine the sound, even the arrangement, and different instrument that was used. It's quite different. Even the sound quality, you can say, even everything is quite grainy. What did you feel like when you were listening to it? It's a new experience. I understand it's a different language as well.
Totally for me, yeah. I like the
Deepa
hair.
probably had understood. She wouldn't have. She's from, yeah, your background is your Bengali or Bangla, from Bengal, West Bengal. So Chris, I mean, in terms of the music, the sound, what did you feel like? Say, for example, it's a new exposure, I would say, new kind of music, and even for me, to be honest.
Yeah. It was, I mean, played through a live stream. It was even more lo-fi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Which is possibly even more of a better experience. But yeah, I'd have to listen to it again. Apologies, I was kind of doing 2 and 3
exactly. Yeah.
whilst on the stream, but yeah.
I mean, he's one of the senior most singers in the country. And I mean, you can imagine back in the days when he started out, I mean, he had done a lot of experiments, a lot of fusion projects later on. And he's one of the singers. I mean, the music was composed by our guest FARID AHMED, but the singer you have seen is Kumar Bishwajit. And I mean, I would like to introduce you guys as well. I mean, just because you are part of the show and I just don't want to keep you in the dark. So, and this singer, he had tried all his life to embrace new technology, whatever came, and new types of music. Even he introduced jazz in his music at some point when it came. And so, Deepa, for you, since you understood a little bit of that, what it felt like, I know the music video is interesting as well, isn't it? While looking at it.
I haven't actually heard that song before.
Yeah, definitely. Probably, yeah.
It was very nice actually, and what he said, like the song being played on a live stream was just
yeah. I mean, we are trying to bring that information to people so they can probably go back and have a listen to it later on. Now everything is available on YouTube, so you can watch it and go and have a look. So yeah, you'll have to go through a lot of interesting things coming forward. I mean, going forward, we'll see. And let's talk to the journalists we have from Bangladesh, and we'll have an update about the COVID situation back in Bangladesh, because in South Asia, especially West Bengal and Bangladesh, the situation is quite bad at the moment. So I'll go back to Anwar Sadi now in Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah.
In Bangladesh. Anwar Sadi, nice to have you. And how was your day? All good?
Thank you very much. It is fine here. It is raining outside, so
Great.
It's more fine.
We had a bit of rain as well. As you can see, it's quite getting dark outside and everything. You can see on my face as well.
Yes, the weather of London is unpredictable. It is said here.
Yeah, always. I mean, it's drizzling, and at some part of the London, we see someone is calling me and say, "Oh my God, it's raining," and then I say, "No, it's not raining. It's quite sunny in my part of the London." So yeah, it's very unpredictable, and also it's sporadic as well, I would say. So
it was a big question to me that why BBC broadcast a lot of weather update and weather news. And when I came to know that the weather of London is unpredictable and anytime it can rain or anything else, so that the weather news is very important there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have to, because say, for example, even when I'm coming out of the house, sometimes I have to think whether I should take my umbrella, what clothing I should be wearing. Can I wear something lighter? Because it's summer and normally we'd like to wear something lighter to keep it light. Because around 9 months, we would have to wear jackets, sweaters, and wrap us up with all those, warm clothing. So getting back to the COVID-19 situation, I mean, for you, it's not a proper lockdown because you have to go to work.
Right, exactly. I'm an essential worker, so I have to go to my workplace as I'm working as a journalist. So I have to inform people about the latest situation. You know, people like army, police, doctor, nurse, hospital workers, fire service workers, all are working here. And in Bangladesh now there is no official lockdown for whole country. It's a partial lockdown for specific areas like an area named Wari of Old Dhaka. You know what is Old Dhaka in the
Hmm.
capital city is under lockdown now. So they are enjoying the general leave and etc. etc. They don't need to go to the office. They have
Mm.
to stay their area and they have to stay there in office. But
So
overall in
they're working
Bangladesh,
from
there
home
is
at the
no
moment.
general.
In Old Dhaka, they're working from home mostly, if they have
Some
the
are working
facility.
from home, but most no, mo- most of the people
We're struggling with the
attend
bandwidth.
office physically. Most of
Yeah.
the people.
Hmm. So, and fortunately, if
Ershad, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. You got some independence to go out,
Mhm.
and lockdown is easy in.
I mean,
And
it's
Mr.
been
Boris
eased
Johnson
at,
said,
yeah.
"Don't abuse this."
I don't know what's happening today. Everyone is suffering something to do with the connection in
Don't
Bangladesh. Hello? Okay.
It's raining here.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I
I
heard
don't
this is
know.
this is a common thing
Is
I'd
it
like
a
to
reason or
mention. Whoever is
not?
watching now, that in Bangladesh, whenever it rains, I mean, that's another thing in South Asia that whenever I heard, I was speaking to someone in India, one of my guests who would be coming at some point from Sarigamapa, and I was talking to her, and what she was telling me that when it rains, that the internet can be very, it might, the connection might fluctuate a little bit. So that's what's happening. I understand. So both of you are suffering for it, Ahmed, and yourself. So as you were saying, in terms of the situation that the lockdown has been eased here in London, and we are getting back to normal, and it's already been said that many pubs, restaurants, they'll be opening very soon, and we'll get back to normalcy. But problem is that there is still the caution is still in the air, and we have to be quite cautious. Say, for example, whenever we're going out, and people, if you go to shops and retail shops or anywhere, even on the street, and especially in public transport, we're still wearing mask. So I always carry a mask in my bag because the first time, it's a very interesting story. The first time on the 1st of July, I think, or when it was introduced, if not July, I think it's 1st of June. I sorry, I messed up with the dates. So what happened was that I was out and about, and on that first day, I was about to get into the train, and I wasn't carrying my mask with me. And suddenly I was stopped by the police, transport police, and they were like, sorry, you can't get into the train. And I was quite far away from home, and I was nearly in central London. So from that place to go to my house, I have to, or come to my house, I have to take the train, or I had to. Problem was, at the time, they saw that I was trying to ransack if I could find a mask or something in my bag. I was really looking desperate because I was worried. I was getting worried, but even though it wasn't showing in my face. So at some point, one of the probably transport police, he took a bit of pity on me, and he asked me, "Do you have anything that you can wrap your face around?" So I said, probably. I was wearing a shirt and I had a t-shirt underneath. I said, probably I can take my shirt off and I can wrap my face with that one. And he said, yeah, you can do that one. And then he asked his fellow policeman, and he said, yeah, you can do that. So what I did, I took my t-shirt and I covered myself like this. So, and that's how I got into the train. And I was allowed, but at some point when I was in the bus driver wasn't happy with this solution that I would just cover my face with my t-shirt. So he came up, he gave me a mask. But now we are still maintaining that. I think for our own safety and security, we have to do that. It's very important.
Yes. In Bangladesh, our health department issued a circular. The circular said that if anybody go out without a mask, he will be penalized with 1 lakh taka and 6 months of imprisonment and both penalty. So it is
Yeah.
mandatory here to go out with mask.
But problem is that people are going out with mask, and I have seen people using the mask to poke their nose, or sometimes even, pick their nose. And even some people are wearing it just here.
Right.
So in the lower
Yes.
jaw. So that's, I think people are getting more careful now. But what's the situation? What's the number like? And have we reached the peak there in Bangladesh yet?
No, no, no. There is no peak declare here. Situation is like stable, like going on.
Mm.
But expert says that it is difficult to say whether the peak would be recognized or not here in Bangladesh, as there are a lot of question about taste, etc., etc. But I would like to mention here that unit of corona treatment for the
Mm.
COVID-19 patients have been started in Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University. It is a very prestigious and largest medical facilities equipped in Bangladesh,
Is it
and they
university
have
now? It used to be a college before. Am I right?
uh, no, it
It
was
was
a
always a university.
postgraduate. No, it was not always a university. Before, it was a postgraduate institute named as IPGMR,
Okay.
popularly known as PG. PG
Okay.
means postgraduate, postgraduate,
Mm.
and after that, it was declared as university, and now it's a full-fledged university in Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University.
Hmm.
And they have also started a fever clinic where test for COVID-19 patient is very available.
Okay.
So it is a good sign. But we are worried about the cattle market. The
The cattle
Holi
market,
festival.
because Eid al-Azha, the festival is coming where the sacrificial animals would be bought from those cattle
Right,
market.
exactly.
Yeah. Especially
Right.
from
A
people.
lot of
Yeah, please.
a lot of people will come Dhaka from the other part of the country. They will bring cattle, and there will some people with that cattle, and we
Mm.
don't know how many infected people will come here, or innocent people come here and got infected, healthy
Hmm.
people come here or got infected, we don't know.
Okay.
And there is a risk if people fail to maintain social distance and health rules
Mm.
like wearing mask, etc., etc.
But
This virus
wearing mask,
could
does
be.
it really help? Or because you were mentioning the other day, I think there is a circular or is a news piece from in USA Today or in the US that it's about more about the droplets. It's not about or how close you are to a person. Because it's not in the air. That's what they're saying. That it's not that easy to catch it unless someone. I mean, you are in close contact with a person. Is it right?
Right. It is not easy to catch a virus from the surface,
Mm-hmm.
but if you get closer with people in a room where ventilation system is very poor,
Okay.
then it is easy to get the virus. So
Okay.
if you wear mask, and whether it is not a matter that somebody is infected or not,
Mm.
if he wears a mask, he cannot spread droplet out, because
Okay.
droplet comes out through nose and mouth,
Mouth.
and
Yeah.
you are covering nose and
And your
mouth
mouth.
with, right.
Mask. Yeah.
So environment is quite healthy,
So
but
probably
gym.
you cannot protect yourself, as they say. The mask won't really protect you if you are in close contact or you are around people where there are droplets or the environment is quite risky. You can't protect yourself with a mask, but you probably can protect other people to a certain extent because you can protect your droplets getting into the air. Probably.
Right. Expert says 95% infection can be protected by using mask. If
That's a big
everybody use,
change. I think initially they were saying that even this mask won't work, but now they're saying that 95%. Wow.
yes. So mask is a matter. Uh,
So I hope
any mask.
everyone, whoever is listening now or watching us, on this show, according to Anwar Sadian, that the report is an authentic report, and you know that he's the new senior news editor from News 24. So definitely we have to understand that he has done his research. So the new thing is that 95% of the infections can be prevented, or it's quite efficacious, I would say, very effective. So probably we should not wear our mask around in the lower jaw, or we shouldn't just go out use it as an accessory, because it has a purpose, and we should try to bear in mind that we have to use that properly.
Right.
So okay, Anwar Sadi,
And
get back to you.
and social distance is very important.
Social distancing.
Social distance is very important,
Mm-hmm.
whether you are staying at your home or at your office or in the outside in a free environment where
Yeah.
ventilation system quite well, risk is quite low.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are standing in a field, if you are standing in a road
Yep.
alone, there is
Mm-hmm.
nobody besides you. You are not that risky to,
Yeah.
they're not in the risk to get the virus.
Okay.
But if you are in the room where ventilation system is not well,
Yep.
and you are gathering with lot of people, friends, chatting, singing, deep breathing, like in the gym, like that,
Mm.
it is quite. So you have to have maintain the social distance. WHO said 3 feet distance from one another. Bangladesh also saying that okay, maintain 3 feet distance. But European Union and Canada, they
Yeah.
maintain 6 feet.
2 meter,
Six
which
feet.
we had done here as well.
Right,
2 meters. Yeah.
right, right. And I think personally, I support it. I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody should maintain this 2 meter, whether he is in office or in his home, whether he is
Great,
everywhere.
Anwar Sadi. I mean, we
Until
had gathered quite a lot of information. Hold that thought. I'll come back to you and probably get the last update from you before we would say good night to you, because I understand that you have your commitment in the news channel tomorrow early in the morning. So we try to get whatever update we can get from you, and then we can get engaged with the rest of the guests we have. So I'll try to see if Farid Ahmed in Bangladesh, he has the connection sorted again. So we will try to start talking to him again. So Farid Ahmed, Farid, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get the best out of you in terms of your information is very important. So without any further ado, let's get back to that. So 1995 is the year when you had started composing for drama serials, one of dramas. And so far you have done 3,000 one of dramas, isn't it?
94, right, 3,000 or more. I think more than 3,000.
Definitely.
In fact, we had only one channel here, BTV.
Yeah,
But
BTV,
after,
the national TV channel.
Yes, the national TV channel. In '96, I think we started more television channels, and the drama. We need more dramas, more dramas.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to work very hard. আমাদের এত মানুষ ছিল না এতগুলো চ্যানেলকে মেইনটেইন করার, so we had to work very hard, very hard. Now we have, in fact, manpower, but when we started, there was no man. In fact, we did in drama, I think, only 2 persons, one me and one, that is Muqsud Jamil Mintu. আমরা দুজনেই নাটকের ম্যাক্সিমাম কাজ করতাম ওই সময়.
So was it only background score or title songs and everything?
Title songs and background score both.
So it's more than 3,000, and for drama serials, I understand it's more than 400 you have done already.
Right, more than 400.
So from 95 up until now, and you're still doing definitely, and you are still active, and I can see that. And for it by the thing, how young were you when you started at 1978? I mean, we won't calculate, and but yeah, you still look very young.
No, I'm
trust
not
me.
so young. In fact, I'm not so young.
But you look, trust me. It's a good thing. We might get some health tips from you, how you maintain that.
In fact, I do exercise actually.
Very good.
I exercise, freehand exercise, and I don't like, in fact, fat or hard food.
That's a very good thing.
That's the thing. Nothing.
So, when you started out, say for example, composing back in '95, then you started your first as a music director. You made your debut around 1987. So the facilities back then is definitely a good experience that you have learned so much the hard way, I would say. As you're saying, it's a hybrid system where you had a bit of digital, but at the same time, it's analog as well. You're recording on tape, as you were saying, which I'd experienced myself in my last course, that the degree I finished, that I had to record on tape as well. Was it a 2-inch tape?
In fact, when we started working, it was everything live. Everything live. We started rehearsal, whole day rehearsal, and after the day the singer came, and the song was recorded. We all worked together.
So no room for auto tune or anything, right?
No auto tune, no sync also. We had to start from the beginning and finish. If it cut, it should be started from the beginning.
So it's just one take. Every time it's one take. So there's no, I mean, you won't sync anything. There's no overdub. And then, yeah, it looks pretty daunting. But at the same time, I think the artists and the musicians were prepared for that. So how, what's the benefit of that one? Definitely, there's a lot of benefits because people had to practice really hard in their craft. And
had to practice, had to make concentration. In fact, we had to be highest level of concentration. In fact, we need.
Yeah, definitely. So say, for example, if you had recorded a whole song in one take, and then you find that at some point the artist, whoever is sung, probably a one note or a part or a phrase is a little pitchy, or the pitch is not right. How would you correct that one? How would you do that?
It was impossible. We had to record it from first.
Okay. Wow. So that's a huge experience. So definitely you are so happy now. You are working on pro.
You see one thing. The singer of that time, AHMED, Runa Laila, Andrew Kishore, when they go for a concert, they used to sing for 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours.
That's the training. That's the training.
Yes, and that's the training. Right.
So now there are two things I would like to mention. Definitely, we have a lot of amazing artists coming up as well, young, talented musicians. Now you are at ease because you have Pro Tools, you have other DAWs that you work, and probably you work in Pro Tools, you're working in the industry. So
yes,
that's one easy bit that you can always comp, you can edit, you can get back, you can do your overdubs, any problem, you can always sort it out. So you won't have to run the whole song again. You can just ask them to, can you sing that phrase? Can you sing that line? But do you find it interesting or easier? Your life has become definitely easier. But when you have to do it, because before, the benefit you had from the musicians like Runa Laila, like the likes of Runa Laila, Sabina Yasmin, they're the legends of the industry. And they could probably do it in one take. But now probably you have to ask your musicians or your singers to do it a few times. So how do you find it? I mean, what's the upsides or what the downsides, benefit, the negative and the positive sides of things?
Okay, but now the singers, in fact, don't need to practice for so hard. Singers come and start taking the singing. If one line is okay, then we start from the next line.
So one line at a time. Interesting. So I think most of the time the singers won't even remember the song probably once they come out of the studio, because probably you're singing, you say, okay, this is line. So a couple of lines they learn and they sing it on the mic, it's done. So the thing is they are singing many songs.
Right. But you have to concentrate. When you start want good emotion in singing, you have to learn the full song. You have to learn, you have to understand, and then you can give most emotion in that song. But if you don't have the full song in your memory, it will never be emotional. it will never be ocean.
I mean, you have a lot of, we have watched the music video, but there are some audio songs as well. I think this was sung by Famida Nabi. She is a very melodious singer and very good singer as well. From it's Ek Jiboner Golpo.
Yes, yes.
You composed that music. So probably once we can have a listen and we can share that music with the rest of the audience, whoever is watching from all around the world. I'd like to play that and we can see. And when was it recorded? What year was it recorded? Do you have? Do you remember that?
I think 2014 or 15.
Okay, so let's have a listen, and then we can, that these are the changes. 2014, and when you started 87, then 95, and now 2014, just 6 years back. So what are the changes in recording and even singing? Let's have a look. But she is an amazing singer herself.
জীবনের গল্প হাতে কত স্বপ্ন এঁকে যায়, বুকের আকাশে জানালা খুলে রঙের ঘড়িটা ওড়াই। এক জীবনের গল্প হাতে কত স্বপ্ন এঁকে যায়, বুকের আকাশে জানালা খুলে রঙের ঘড়িটা ওড়াই। বলছি আমি মনকে কথা, মন তো বোঝে না, মন বলছে স্বপ্ন আমার নীলাকাশে ওড়ে না। চাইছি আমি বৃষ্টি দারুণ সুখের পেছে না, মেঘের আড়ালে মেঘ বলছে আমি দুঃখের সাথে কিনা। এক জীবনের গল্প হাতে কত স্বপ্ন এঁকে যায়, বুকের আকাশে জানালা খুলে রঙের ঘড়িটা ওড়াই। আমি কি এখন অভিমানী নদী ঢেউ দিয়ে ঢেউ বনি, তৃষ্ণা কাতর মন বলছে আমাকে ডাকবে জানি। আমি কি এখন অভিমানী নদী ঢেউ দিয়ে ঢেউ বনি, তৃষ্ণা কাতর মন বলছে আমাকে ডাকতে জানি। বলছি আমি মনকে কথা, মন তো বোঝে না, মন বলছে স্বপ্ন আমার নীলাকাশে ওড়ে না। চাইছি আমি বৃষ্টি দারুণ সুখের পেছে না, মেঘের আড়ালে মেঘ বলছে আমি দুঃখের সাথে কিনা। এক জীবনের গল্প হাতে কত স্বপ্ন এঁকে যায়, বুকের আকাশে জানালা খুলে রঙের ঘড়িটা ওড়াই। এক জীবনের গল্প হাতে কত স্বপ্ন এঁকে যায়, বুকের আকাশে জানালা খুলে রঙের ঘড়িটা ওড়াই।
It was a nice song, Farid Bhai. Did you have a music video made out of that?
Thank you.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Probably you're muted. 1 second. Let me have a look. Yeah, we'll be checking on our side if you're muted. Hello, Farid Bhai, can you talk?
Yes. Can you get it? Hello.
We can hear Farid Bhai, so we'll try to check that one quickly. Probably if he's muted. Probably okay. So what we are listening to one of Farid Ahmed's composition that he had done back in 2014, so 6 years back. So we can see the differences in sound, in mastering, and everything. The quality has changed, but it's a very interesting journey. A person who had started back in 1978, then 87, his first debut song was released, and then in 95 he started composing for background score and also doing the title songs and everything for dramas. One of dramas that were on the national television, and he had been doing those for how long? That's an interesting thing. And now for the last 33 years. So I think we have a caller already online. So let's have a listen. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Swarnali. How are you?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ভালো আছি আচ্ছা আমাকে চিনতে পেরেছেন
I mean, the thing is, when we have a regular caller, we have a database that is created, so we know that you're there. So you're from Canada, isn't it?
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So mind you can't hide anymore. So whenever you call, we recognize straight away that's Swarnali.
Yeah, so there is no chance that I can tease you or say something.
You can't. Well,
all right.
The thing is, you can definitely. It's an interesting conversation we always can have. But
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
you'll get caught. Yeah. So how do you find the show? How's it going?
It's going well as usual. You know, I always wait for when Harmony and Ershad starts so I can watch, right? Of course. Like I always wait for that show. But I think today is some network issues.
Yeah.
Like
Unfortunately, I heard that in Bangladesh it's raining, and problem is that I don't know what this network, I mean, broadband providers, how they operate. Whenever there's rain, people always suffer. So that's unfortunate, but we are trying our best. And thanks for being with us and supporting us.
Yes, no, of course, always. I'm always here for you guys. You know, always good thing we have to support, and because we are in same line, right? So we have to, no matter what. Yeah, and it's very nice to hear from Farid Bhai. Honestly, I must say,
he's such a big personality. I mean, he had won his national award back in 2017. তো ফরিদ ভাই, আপনার 2017-তে যে জাতীয় পুরস্কার প্রাপ্ত হন আপনি, সেটার ব্যাপারেও আমরা কথা বলবো. We'll be talking about that one, about the national award that you won back in 2017.
একদম, আমি ফরিদ ভাইয়ের সাথে একটু কথা বলি. শুনতে পাচ্ছেন কি ফরিদ ভাই?
প্লিজ, হ্যাঁ শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
মনে হয় যে নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, তাই হয়তো।
ফরিদ ভাইকে কি শোনা যাচ্ছে?
আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি। আমি জানি না উনি আমাকে শুনতে পাচ্ছেন কিনা। বাট
how about it now? এখন শোনা যায় স্বর্ণালী?
ফরিদ ভাই কিছু বলবেন, তাহলে আমি বুঝতে পারবো যে শোনা যাচ্ছে কিনা।
আমি বলছি।
হ্যালো।
ওকে। না, মনে হয় শুনতে পাচ্ছে না। তো যাই হোক স্বর্ণালী, we'll get back to you again.
হ্যাঁ, কোনো অসুবিধা নাই। প্রোগ্রাম কন্টিনিউ করুন, আমরা আছি সাথে, কোনো অসুবিধা নাই।
And thanks for your support, and yeah, definitely.
Of course,
we will.
Always, Ershad, always. It's my pleasure, honestly.
Thank you.
And you doing so well. Like honestly, এত ভালো লাগে মানে আপনার presentation.
Thanks, very kind of you.
Really nice.
Thank you.
That's really nice. You guys doing well. So continue করেন, আমি আছি সাথে.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
So the lines are open, as you can see. We are taking calls. The phone-ins are open. So we already have Chris and Deepa in London, and we have Farid Ahmed from Bangladesh, and we have Ershad in Bangladesh as well. So we'll be listening to more music, and we were in conversation with Farid Ahmed, and we are listening to his composition. So what I was saying, a person who started back in 1978 and 87, his first song, 95, started composing for drama serials and drama, in which he is still doing, and he had done more than 3,000 songs. He has composed the background score and title songs and everything. And for more than 400 regular drama serials that he had been composing, and he's adding music to that. And when he started back in 87 or 95 rather, there were only two people, as he mentioned, who were doing it, and he was doing as a very interesting technology he had at the time. It was a bit of a digital, bit of analog, or sometimes completely analog. So it was really hard thing, and as we know that everything had to be done in one take, so that was another challenge. So I mean, coming from music technology myself and being a musician myself, it's really an adventurous journey. I mean, when I think about it. So do you find that we have another caller. Let's see. I'll take this call. Hello. Hello, Lavunno from Toronto.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Lavunno, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm fine. Great, I'm doing great. Thank you.
আজকে তো খুবই সুন্দর প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে দীপা ক্রিস ওদের পরিবেশনা শুনলাম ওরা কি জ্যাজ নাকি জ্যাজ করে নাকি
they do jazz I mean Deepa I think both of them I'll be talking to them about their playlist so Deepa and Chris I'll be talking to them.
বুঝে ফেলছি এটা জ্যাজ কারণ আমার ছেলে তো জ্যাজ করে
yeah he graduated from Berklee College of Music isn't it
right
okay yes. Great. So we'll be inviting him at some point. He's a percussionist, so it'll be our honor and privilege as well to have a young talent on the show. That'd be great. So, Lavunno, is there any message that you'd like to share with the rest of the audience who are watching?
ভাই গহীনের শব্দ ছবির জন্য উনি অ্যাওয়ার্ড পেয়েছিলেন জাতীয় পুরস্কার পেয়েছেন
Wow, thanks for sharing the name. Gohiner Shabdo, that was the movie that he got the national award for back in 2017. Thanks for sharing the information with us. Thank you.
হ্যাঁ ওখান থেকে গানও আছে সুন্দর কুসুম শিকদার নামে একটা মেয়ে আছে ও অভিনয় করেছিল আমি ছবিটা দেখেছি ভালো বেশ গুড ছবিটা
great thank you so I mean it proves
শহীদ ভাইকে আমার সালাম দিবেন শহীদ ভাই কি আমার কথা শুনতে পায়
শহীদ ভাই শুনতে পাচ্ছেন
পাচ্ছি
হ্যালো শহীদ ভাই ভালো আছেন
জি আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি আমার কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে আমার কথা পাচ্ছেন কি
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে অসুবিধা নেই আমি তো মানে হতে পারে কোনো
মানে প্রবলেম we'll sort it out we are trying to sort this
ওনাকে আমার সালাম দিবেন আর ওনার গান আমি খুবই পছন্দ করি আমি খুব মানে ওনার গানের সুর করা গানগুলো আমার খুব ভালো লাগে দেশের গান বলেন আর সিনেমার গান বলেন আর কুমার বিশ্বজিতের সুখ থেকে দুঃখ থেকে সুখ এই গানটা মানে আমার খুবই ভালো লাগে ওইটা উনি কিন্তু করেছেন ওটা উনি সুরকারটার আমি ফরিদ ভাই অনেক কিছু সম্বন্ধে জানি ফরিদ ভাই আমার সাথে আছে ফেসবুকে তারপরে আমার আছে সোশ্যাল সাথে
so it's nice to know I mean Farid bhai I mean definitely you should have a big fan base
দেখেনি কিন্তু আমার সাথে ফোনে কথা হয় যাই হোক সবার জন্য মানে আমি এরশাদ আজকে কিন্তু তুমি কিন্তু একটা সুন্দর একটা নজরুল গীতি গাবে অথবা একটা টপ্পা শোনাতে পারো
oh my god okay I'll try my best whatever I can do and probably we have two amazing musicians as well we'll sing with them as well
হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই
thank you Lavunno you too take care
হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা
so Farid bhai I'll get back to the two other guests we have and have a quick chat with them and listen to some great music again. I'm sure they are getting ready for some new songs or with some new songs for us. So let's get back to Chris and Deepa now and we'll add them on the studio and let's see what they have for us. So Deepa and Chris, the last caller was asking, I mean, she said that, when I heard Deepa, I could tell that she's into jazz. So what's on your playlist, Deepa?
Well, today we did Dream a Little Dream of Me. Next, we have Fool for You by Snow Allegra.
But what do you listen to, say, for on your Spotify playlist, what do you have?
I do listen to quite a bit of jazz. And yeah.
And is there anyone you follow, like any idol that you...
I do really like Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald, okay.
She's got a very I think that she's pretty good. Like she's one of my, in terms of jazz singers, she is one of my favorites.
And I would have to say that both of you are quite young, but so talented. And even for a singer to have that maturity in their voice, it's an amazing thing. So yeah, power to you. So, okay, what are we going to listen now?
I believe it is Fool for You. Yeah.
Fool for You, okay. Any introduction that you'd like to give about that, Chris? Or Chris was saying something?
Not an introduction, but I think we've been having a problem with volume at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but we checked the streaming and looked like everyone can hear. I double checked already, but
see how
but if you guys can, probably your inputs, if you can give it a bit of a volume from your end, then it might help.
Guitar a little bit, so
yeah.
See how it goes. Okay.
Something about you that's so familiar. Something that's got me wanting to know you. I can't put my finger on it, but it feels like I've been here before. It's something about me that makes me wonder. I swear I met you, but you're a stranger. I can't put my finger on quite what it is. Oh, but I've been here before. Maybe it was me who brought you here. I should run the other way, but I stay right here. And I'll be a fool for you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave and I come back again. I'm a fool for you. I love you time and time again. I know just how the story ends. Oh, you remind me of someone I once knew. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's hard to ignore you. And I can't wrap my head around it, but it feels like I loved you before. Maybe it was me who brought you here. I should run the other way, but I stay right here. And I'll be a fool for you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave and I come back again. I'm a fool for you. I love you time and time again. I know just how the story ends. You know that I'll be that fool for you.
All for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully that came through. Right. You want to go into another song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was talking to Chris and Deepa. For some reason, you can hear me. So what I was saying, it sounds quite jazzy. And when I first met you, Chris, you were my introduction to you, or that's how I came to know you, that you were into heavy metal or progressive metal.
Yes.
I mean, which I believe you're still in. But now you do a bit of jazz, then rock, then you're playing with other musicians as well. And so what's the scene like now? I mean, are you into session music or as a profession that you're thinking about, or what's the plan?
Session musician. Being a session musician was something that I wanted to do for quite a while, especially during college. When I studied in Chichester College, I was doing a lot of performance work. I mean, the whole course was popular music, I believe. It was. I wanted to originally do a music technology course, and then there was a lack of interest. Not enough students signed up, so I basically just kind of got shifted into the more popular degree for that. But it opened me up to performing not just one genre of music, which for me at the time was predominantly rock and heavy metal, and going into that progressive metal and neoclassical and all that. It's good stuff. Yngwie Malmsteen and
everyone has that phase. Iron Maiden, Metallica, Yngwie Malmsteen, right?
I've still got many Metallica t-shirts in my wardrobe somewhere.
Yeah, well, you might end up wearing them every now and then, even on a jazz concert. You never know.
Possibly. I think I have worn like a metal hoodie to a gig before accidentally when they asked for all black, and I forgot that it was all black smart. So wearing a black hoodie just kind of kept.
Did they let you in?
But they let me in, but I was again one of the backing musicians basically, so we just kind of stood in the back whilst the singers were doing their thing. But session musician work is something that I'm still looking to continue. I mean, even after all this is said and done with the lockdown restrictions, I know live music is being affected a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. The scene looks quite grim now at the moment. The industry, the whole industry got affected.
There's a lot of petitions online now to save certain venues that are being, are in danger of being.
Even a lot of big studios are closing down, and it was really sad to see. Normally, say for example, you'd see many musicians or even studio owners. They're trying to sell their gear online, and they're thinking that we're not getting back any sooner. So what's the point of keeping them? And even it takes maintenance as well. Sure. So I heard many people are saying, "Okay, I'm closing my studio." So many things are up for sale. I mean, now if you go to eBay or probably in other, we don't have Craigslist in England, but I think many things are coming up, especially. I mean, people who'd like to buy things probably get a good bargain. It's good for them. But for people who have to sell them off, I feel sorry for them because it has been their life. I understand because we musicians can understand how we value every single thing, how excited you get when you have your new guitar or if you have a new amp or a pedal, right? So, Deepa, what excites you as a singer? You play an instrument?
Yes, I do play guitar, but it was mostly learning guitar for me was just to help me, sing independently. But I never ended up getting too into it. But I do want to get into playing more guitar.
Yeah, it helps definitely. Two things I understand nowadays, given the situation we're in. So, playing an instrument and also be tech savvy would help everyone. I mean, this is one of the things because that's the way to go. I think going forward, I think that's something everyone will have to be quite familiar with. So, what excites you? That's what I was asking. So, for us musicians, say I play guitar as well. So, a new pedal, an amp, or any gear in the studio, I just get excited. It's like we are almost like children.
Well, for me as a vocalist, I think what excites me is definitely when someone gives me a song that I would not otherwise sing and I have to do it and then I have to just, go do all that. I think it's quite exciting when I have to do like something new and different every time. As I prepare for my performance in September, my teacher keeps sending me like multiple songs, 15, 16 at the same time sometimes. And
you're like, bring it on.
It's actually a lot of fun, listening to all of them and thinking about what I can do with those songs.
And what was the experience? Well, you had a good time. The lockdown is blessing in disguise.
Yeah. I wouldn't otherwise have had the time to maybe sit and listen to music all day.
And also, let me give you an idea. Since you're a singer, get some, you have to start buying more mics probably. That's how we get into the pedals. So, yeah, that's a very expensive habit, by the way. Don't get affected by that. That's a very bad virus. If you start buying all those mics, I need this mic, that mic, this mic. That's crazy.
I mean, if you know where you're going online, you can find some cheap ones. I found this in CEX on the high street for about £50.
Yeah. But then there's a risk of if you go to the forums, they're like, oh no, you need that mic, you need this mic. People can send you all different directions. That's hard.
People recommend you all kinds of equipment, but if it works for you and if you're pushing,
that's the thing. I know a story. Say for example, there's a very famous producer in the UK, and he sings as well. So he was given an U87 Neumann U87, which is a very expensive mic, and in the studio when the producer was asking him to sing on that mic, he was saying, trust me, I won't sound good on that. And there are a lot of hissing, popping and everything when he started singing, and they ended up using a 414. So I'm talking about music tech issues. Many of the people who are watching, they would know. So I mean, it depends on what your voice is. I mean, what sounds good for your voice. So that's a very important thing too. Okay. So once you find that, Deepa, stick with it. So I think that's the good idea. So, okay. Let's and you're sounding good, by the way, so I think this is a good mic for you anyway.
Yeah, honestly, like when I was recording Deepa's vocals for some of her work for university, like this was the first condenser I bought out. I mean, I don't have a massive collection, but this one seemed pretty good. It's like medium to large diaphragm, and it genuinely sounds very good. It's
yeah, that's an X1S, is it?
Yeah, the SEX1R. I think it was the SEX1R.
Okay, we are getting into too much technical. Let's not worry about that. Deepa, So yeah, I mean that's the bug that's been bitten us. So we always get into those details. So don't worry about us, Deepa. Totally ignore. Um, let's listen to the next one. Any song that probably you'd like to sing now?
What we got next then?
Subside by Eloise. Oh, should I move the microphone back a little bit? It's like peppermint on the pavement. My fire basement. Your lips I often dream of, and I have lost count of the times looking at you. You used to be one you visually, mentally. I'm far past that now. Well, now just let me inside out. I promise I won't. Want your hands over me, like my body.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'd like to interrupt you guys. Probably the guitar is too loud so we can't hear Deepa.
Yeah.
Okay. At least we're finding a middle ground now.
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
I'm getting ready for a song after you as well. So that's why I look different.
I bet you taste like peppermint, you smell like damp pavement. Come through my door and be my fire's replacement. Your lips I often dream of, and I've lost count of the times you've caught me looking at you. You used to be wanting you visually, mentally. Well, we've gone far past that now. We're in a new realm now. Just let me inside out. I promise I won't move about. Want your hands over me, learn my body. You got me losing sleep over you. I usually sit still, but I can help but move. And I see you, don't know what to do. Yeah. You got me losing sleep over you. I usually sit still, but now I can help but move. And I see you, I don't know what to do. Baby, you're making me sweat all the time. Every time your eyes meet mine, I come alive. My heart subsides. Why do I crave your attention? Did I forget to mention you remind me of the ocean, drifting me out into space? Forget the calm, forget the warm. I want the pain, bring on the storm. I'm ready for your love now like I've never been before. Used to be me wanting you visually, mentally. Well, we've gone far past that now. We're in a new realm now. Just let me inside out. I promise I won't move about. Want your hands over me, learn my body. You got me losing sleep over you. I usually sit still, but now I can help but move. And I see you, I don't know what to do. Baby, you're making me sweat all the time. Every time your eyes meet mine, I come alive. My heart subsides.
Lovely. I love that song. I mean, there are a lot of expressive singing, definitely. It is a bit of a challenge, bit of a swagger, I would say, as I say it. So, okay, and I would like to, since you guys been singing, so I'd like to join the force. And I thought that there's one song I really loved, and it's JJ Cale's Magnolia. Have you guys heard that song?
I haven't, no.
No.
If you haven't, probably, yeah, let's do it. Okay. So, yeah, let's have a listen. It's a very soft song, and it has a very, I mean, it makes me nostalgic all the time. It's not the lyrics, but, you know, the composition is really nice. Okay, let's have a listen. Whippoorwill singing, soft summer breeze makes me think of my baby. I live down in New Orleans. I live down in New Orleans. Magnolia, you sweet thing, driving me mad. Gotta get back to you, baby. You're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. Magnolia, you sweet thing, driving me mad. Gotta get back to you, baby. You're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You whisper good morning so gently in my ear. Coming home to you, baby. I'll soon be there. I'll soon be there. Yeah, so that was the song.
I thought I recognized it. It took me a while. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, John Mayer, he did a version of that same song. And that's how I came to know about this song. So yeah, you guys see how inspiration, I mean, that's how it gets struck. So I thought, okay, once you guys are singing, I'll pick up my guitar and do a cover.
Big beats, man. I haven't heard you sing in a while. I haven't heard you sing at all.
I don't think I've heard you sing ever.
Yeah, Dipa, yeah, probably. It never happened.
Yeah, I did hear you sing once, but that was Space Oddity cover.
Oh yeah, Space Oddity. That was a huge experiment I had, and I was so privileged to be a part of that. Now singing for the Kingston University Stylophone Orchestra. So the brainchild of Leah Cardos, Dr. Leah Cardos of Kingston University. So she'll be here on the 25th. She will be talking about that project as well, and she has her own projects that are underway at the moment. She's writing a book, so we're discussing about that one too. So yeah,
she released an album as well recently.
Yeah, she has released an album as well. So there are a lot to talk about. Yeah. So but she had been so busy, so I couldn't have her on that show any sooner. So she's coming on the 25th. I'm looking forward to it. So did you guys catch a glimpse of someone in Bangladesh who's wearing a mask on the show now? Did you see that? So we'd like to bring Anwar Sadi. Let's see what it sounds like. He might sound a bit muffled, but it'll be interesting. Okay. Anwar Sadi, what's the secret? Why were you wearing the mask?
As you know, I'm an essential worker and I have to go to office regularly. And I have a little kid. She is 5.5-year-old, and I have to maintain some isolation here, fearing that if I caught the virus going outside, I should not spread it in my house. So I have to take some protection to prevent the virus spreading in house. My kid, my daughter, is coming to me often, and she wants to stay nearer to me, wants to talking with me, but I am bound to maintain social distance with that little lady also,
Yeah.
so that I have to maintain a mask in house so that I cannot spread the droplet. I'm not sure whether I am carrying the virus or not.
Hmm. But
I might
it's
be
really hard.
infected.
I think being in the same household, especially for adults, it's understandable. Even they can get really, there are a lot of mental issues that people are. I mean, that's another concern, that the ensuing thing is the mental depression, a lot of mental issues, mental health is getting affected very badly. So in terms of the children, it's really hard. And especially when you have your daughter, she's around what, 6 years of age?
5.5.
5.5. So for her, even to coping with that situation where she cannot be near her dad when he's coming from home, sorry, coming from work, coming home from work. So it's really a hard thing to cope with. So how are you guys coping with it? And do you see, or
Yes,
do you feel that she's getting affected? Does she have any mental conditions or
yes.
situations that you come across?
It is a new normal scenario. Okay, this is
Mm.
not acceptable and not welcoming at all. But we talked a lot with our daughter. We talked a lot, and we make her understand what is coronavirus and what is the situation, why we are maintaining this isolation, why we are maintaining this distance, and talk a lot. You might hear that my yes. Okay.
So we have your daughter on screen, probably.
Yes, she is here. Okay. Okay. Would you like to hear a song, Ohi? Would you like to hear sing a song? তুমি একটা গান গাবে নাকি বাবা? Okay, okay. She wants to sing a song, so I am referring this. Uh, okay, okay. Now, তুমি গাও. Hare re 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 re.
Okay, once Anwar Sadi get ready, I mean, I would like to go back to Farid Ahmed again. And in the meantime, I'll give Anwar Sadi an opportunity to get ready. So it's really hard, I know. It could be very unruly to get a 5.5-year-old to bring on the mic on live TV. It would be really a very interesting experience. And this all we can do, because, I mean, I would say sometimes it's a blessing in disguise, but sometimes it's hard as well. When you see that the child, a 5.5-year-old kid, and the dad is there, but she can't come near him.
যেমন ছাড়া বনের পাখি বনের আরণে আরে রে 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 আমার ছেড়ে দে দে রে আরে রে 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 আমায় ছেড়ে দে রে দে রে এই অর্ধেকটাই মনে আছে আমার বাবা
অতটুকুই মনে আছে. That's how much she remembers. So that's very interesting. I mean, we might have, as we can see, Deepa is quite young herself, and we've been listening to Deepa. She's what, 22, and we might have another singer in the making in the household. And I know that that's an inspiration. So as I was saying, there are a lot of mental health issues that people are coming across with, and people are getting affected as well. I mean, even adults, and especially for children who are in a household, they are getting to face a lot of different issues. Say, for example, there are financial issues that they have to see when their parents are talking about, and they have to listen to this conversation, and they can get scared. And sometimes even there are a lot of issues of abuse as well, because the parents, they're not necessarily in the right frame of mind because of loss of job and employment and financial issues, a lot of issues. So it's really a hard time. So I hope, and it's really great to see, inspiring, that how Anwar Sadi is helping his own child and making her active, or keeping her active, and still trying to get that vibe going. And she's growing up, I would say, in a very lovely household. So definitely a lot of good wishes to both the father and the daughter. So we'd like to go back to Farid Ahmed. Farid Ahmed in Bangladesh, the music director we had. So Farid Bhai, sorry, every time we have this lot of internet issues we're trying to cope with, and it's a hard balance that we have to keep tonight. Okay, so we had talked about your start with those two bands. Then you became a music arranger. Then you started composing. I mean, you started in '87. Then you carried it forward and still very active. But I would talk about a completely different issue now. So you are a Secretary General of a foundation called RESH.
Right.
So RESH Foundation, and you are the Secretary General and the President. We have the eminent singer, the legendary singer Sabina Yasmin, as the President of that organization.
Right.
So what's the organization is about? আমাদের এই অর্গানাইজেশনের মাধ্যমে আপনারা কি অ্যাচিভ করতে চাচ্ছেন বা কেন এটা প্রতিষ্ঠা হয়েছিল?
আমরা বেসিক্যালি দেখেছি আমাদের দেশে যারা মিউজিক রিলেটেড পারসনস তারা লেটার এজে দেখা যায় একটু পভার্টিতে পড়ে, স্পেশালি when they feel sick, যারা সুস্থ হয়ে যায় অনেক সময় দেখা যায় ট্রিটমেন্টের জন্য টাকা পয়সা থাকে না, অথবা আমাদেরকে হাত পাততে হয় গভর্নমেন্টের কাছে আর সামথিং লাইক দ্যাট। আমাদের যেটা ইস্যু সেটা হচ্ছে আমরা হয়তো বড় আঙ্গিকে কিছু করতে পারবো না, বাট আমরা ট্রাই করি। শুরুতে যখন অসুস্থ হয়ে পড়ে তারপরে গভর্নমেন্ট লেভেল থেকে একটা হেল্প আসতে ইট টেক টাইমস, এই টাইমটুকু পর্যন্ত আমরা কভার দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করি।
আপনাদের প্রতিষ্ঠা হয়েছিল কবে রেশ ফাউন্ডেশন?
1915
ওকে 2015। তাহলে এখন 5 বছর হয়ে গেছে, রাইট? It's been 5 years. ওকে, তাহলে ইটস নট অ্যাবাউট কোভিড। আপনারা কোভিডের জন্য এমন কিছু নয়, এটা আপনারা তারও অনেক আগেই শুরু করেছেন। কারণ এটা একটা কমন আসলে অকারেন্স, এটা অনেকেই জানবে যে অনেক নামকরা শিল্পীও জীবনের শেষ সময়ে যখন অসুস্থ হয়ে পড়েন তখন যারা অনেক প্রতাপ নিয়ে আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে থাকেন একটা সময়, কিন্তু যখন অসুস্থ হয়ে পড়েন তখন তারা খুবই অসহায় বোধ করেন। দেখা যায় যে এই যে রয়্যালটি একটা ইস্যু, কপিরাইট একটা ইস্যু বাংলাদেশে, যেটার কারণে যে অন্যের দ্বারস্থ হতে হয়, যেখানে সরকারি সাহায্যের জন্য এই যে বললেন যে বিলম্ব হওয়ার একটা ব্যাপার থাকে, যে সরকারি সাহায্য আসতে আসতে দেখা যায় অনেকে হয়তো অতদিন অপেক্ষা করার মতো শারীরিক অবস্থায় থাকেন না। তো আপনারা রেশ ফাউন্ডেশনটা শুরু করেছেন সেই মনোভাব থেকে যে আপনারা ততদিন তাকে সাহায্য করবেন।
বেসিক্যালি এটা থেকেই। এছাড়া আমরা অন্যান্য জায়গায় দেখবো, আমরা দেখবো শিল্পীদেরকে কোনো কোটা দেওয়া যায় কিনা, হসপিটালে কনসিডারেশন দেওয়া যায় কিনা। So members of Resh Foundations, ওরা যদি ডিফারেন্ট হসপিটালে 20% ডিসকাউন্ট পায় or স্পেশাল বেড পায়, এই জাতীয় কিছু আমাদের চিন্তা আছে আর কি।
আচ্ছা, আর আপনারা কি কপিরাইট নিয়ে কিছু ভেবেছেন? বাংলাদেশে কপিরাইট ইস্যুটা তো একটা বড় ব্যাপার, যে এই যে
কপিরাইট, আসলে কপিরাইটের জন্য আমাদের কিন্তু এখন সোসাইটি আছে, কপিরাইট সোসাইটি আছে, বাট ইটস নট ওয়ার্কিং।
ওকে,
দে শুড ওয়ার্ক ফর ইট। আর ইনফ্যাক্ট দ্য কপিরাইট ল আমাদের যেটা আছে আজকেই সেটা অনেকেই শেয়ার করেছে, এটা ঠিক কেমন যেন একটু এলোমেলো, আর আমার মনে হয় কপিরাইট লটা মেনে সবকিছু হচ্ছে না।
আচ্ছা,
এটা মেনে চললে অনেক কিছুই হয়ে যাবে, বাট দেয়ার ইজ a lot of things এটা দিয়ে কাজ করার জন্য।
মানে সবচেয়ে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যে ব্যাপারটা আপনার কাছে মনে হয়েছে যে ব্যাপারটা প্রথমেই এই ব্যাপার, এই যে কপিরাইট আইনটাকে এটাকে ফলপ্রসূ করবে না, আপনার কাছে কোন ব্যাপারটা আপনার কাছে প্রথমেই সামথিং দ্যাট স্টিকস আউট টু?
এটাকে একটু আধুনিক করতে হবে। আমরা যেটাকে বলি আমরা ফার্স্টে চিন্তা করি কপিরাইট আমাদের কার্যকরী করা, কার্যকরের জায়গাতেই অনেক ঝামেলা আছে। আরেকটা জিনিস আছে, একটা ল দেখলাম, একটা ইন্টারভিউ দেখলাম আজকে, ইন্টারভিউটা কপিরাইট ডিপার্টমেন্টের ডিরেক্টরের। ওনাকে কোয়েশ্চেন করা হয়েছিল যে আমাদের এভরি টেলিভিশন শো ইউটিউবে এটা টেলিভিশন চ্যানেল ওন করে কিনা।
আচ্ছা,
উনি স্ট্রেট বলেছেন টোটালি ইলিগাল। উনি মুখে বলেছেন ইলিগাল, বাট দ্য টেলিভিশন চ্যানেল ইজ ডুইং ইট। হয়েই যাচ্ছে, আমরা বছরের পর বছর দেখছি। আপনি একটা টিভি প্রোগ্রাম করে বাসায় এসে আবার দেখবেন সঙ্গে সঙ্গে ইউটিউবে যাচ্ছে, বাট উই আর নট গেটিং any profit from them. The profit is going to the television channel.
even with the repeat,
আমার
say
গান
for example এই যে
আমি
আপনার গানটা যখন ছাড়া হচ্ছে আবার
শুনতেছি
রিপিট
বা
করা হচ্ছে, মানে রিপিট টেলিকাস্টের মধ্যেও তো এটা যতবারই চলবে আপনার যে গানটা আপনার
you should
নিজস্ব
get
সৃষ্টি,
royalty from that.
it's a hard place to be. I mean it's really
Nowhere in Bangladesh. It's really hard because the unity is the most important thing. Actually, the musical artists were not united
okay.
in no issue, in fact.
কারণ আমি এই কথাটা অনেক শুনেছি, আমি প্রয়াত বাংলাদেশের যে একজন বিখ্যাত শিল্পী এবং গিটারিস্ট আয়ুব বাচ্চু, তো আমার সৌভাগ্য হয়েছিল ওনার অনেক কাছাকাছি আসার। তো একটা আক্ষেপ তাকে একেবারে শেষ জীবন পর্যন্ত করতে শুনেছি, সেটা হচ্ছে যে এই যে কপিরাইটের ব্যাপারটা। কারণ দেখা যায় ওয়েস্টার্ন ওয়ার্ল্ডে ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ ওয়ান হিট সং অ্যান্ড প্রবাবলি আফটার দ্যাট ইউ ডিডন্ট হ্যাভ টু ডু এনিথিং এলস, you might be living off that royalty, but things have changed now. এখন স্পটিফাই, আইটিউনস এগুলোর দেখা যাচ্ছে যে what kind of royalty you get, I mean things are not the same anymore what the business used to be before.
Right.
তো বাংলাদেশের এই যে প্রেক্ষাপটটা এখন, এটা এমনিতেই পুরো ওয়ার্ল্ডেই মিউজিক ইন্ডাস্ট্রি ইজ এ ভেরি ইন আ রিস্কি সিচুয়েশন। আর আমাদের বাংলাদেশের ক্ষেত্রে এখন মিউজিশিয়ানরা তারা যে একটা কঠিন সময়ের মধ্যে দিয়ে যাচ্ছেন, স্পেশালি কারণ যেহেতু রয়্যালটি নেই। হ্যাঁ, রয়্যালটি নেই, তো তাহলে তাদেরকে ডিপেন্ড করতে হয় মূলত লাইভ শো এর উপরেই। তো এখন কোভিড সিচুয়েশনে যেটা দেখা যাচ্ছে যে লাইভ শো বন্ধ, এটা যদি কন্টিনিউ করতে থাকে, এই যে ক্রমশ দেখা যাচ্ছে যে কবে নাগাদ শেষ হবে এই যে ভাইরাসের প্রকোপ এবং এই প্যান্ডামিক কবে বন্ধ হবে ওয়ার্ল্ড ওয়াইড। আমি ফরিদ ভাইয়ের কথা ক্লিয়ার শুনছি না আবারও। সো লাইভ শো এখন হচ্ছে না। হ্যাঁ, তো এই কঠিন জায়গাটা থেকে, কারণ এটা খুবই কঠিন একটা জায়গা, এবং আপনি যেটা বললেন যে ঐক্য বা ইউনিটি নেই আর্টিস্টদের মাঝখানে, দে আর নট টুগেদার, সো দে আর নট ওয়ার্কিং টুগেদার, উইচ দে হ্যাভ টু গেট ইউনাইটেড। তো এই জায়গাটা সবাই কিন্তু এখন, আপনার কি মনে হয় যে এখন সবাই তো ভুক্তভোগী, যে লাইভ শো এর উপরেই সবাই ডিপেন্ডেন্ট, তো সেই জায়গায় আপনার কি মনে হয় যে একটা কি ভালো জায়গায় আসতে পারবো, যেখানে একসময় হয়তো যে মনোভাবটা মিউজিশিয়ান অথবা শিল্পীদের মাঝামাঝি, যে তারা একত্রিত হচ্ছে না বা ঐক্যবদ্ধ হচ্ছে না, এই জায়গাটা কি চেঞ্জ হবে?
ইনফ্যাক্ট ইট উইল টেক টাইম, অনেক সময় লাগবে, অনেক সময় লাগবে। কারণ
কেন, মানে কিসে বাধাটা, কিসে
মেইন বাধাটা হচ্ছে আসলে আমরা পুরোপুরি জানিই না কপিরাইটের ইস্যুটা, লটা প্রপারলি জানি না, যতটুকু জানি সেটার ইমপ্লিমেন্ট নেই। আরেকটা খুব মজার জিনিস আছে, সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের এখানে এমন টেলিফোন কোম্পানি টেলকোস, ওরা বেসিক্যালি ওখান থেকে একটা বড় রেমুনারেশন আছে, বড় রয়্যালটি আসে। তারা ডিপেন্ড করে সিপির উপর। সিপি মিন্স দ্য কন্টেন্ট প্রোভাইডার।
ওকে,
এই কন্টেন্ট প্রোভাইডার জিনিসটা আসলে এই রয়্যালটি ঘটিত যা ল আছে এর ভিতরে সিপির কোনো অস্তিত্ব নেই।
আচ্ছা,
সিপির কোনো অস্তিত্ব নেই এখানে। যেটা হচ্ছে সিপি সাধারণত একটা ফলস, প্রথম দিকে যেটা হয়েছে ফলস ডিট করেছে অথবা ফলস, এই কন্টেন্ট গুলোর উপরেই সব চলছে, কিন্তু এগুলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি ম্যাক্সিমামই জেনুইন না। এটাকে জেনুইন করা এটা অনেক কঠিন একটা কাজ। লক্ষ 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 গান, তাই না? এই লক্ষ লক্ষ গানকে আবার নিউট্রাল করে আবার হবে নাকি আগের থেকে হিসাব হবে, এটা মানে জট পেকে গেছে আসলে, টোটালটাই জট পেকে আছে। এটা দেখা যায়।
এখন ফরিদ ভাই, শিল্পীদের তো বুঝলাম যেমন ওরা সবাই এখন লাইভ শো এর উপর অনেক বেশি ডিপেন্ডেবল, কারণ যেহেতু এই যে কপিরাইটের ব্যাপারটা নেই, এত এত গান, এত এত সৃষ্টি, কিন্তু সেখান থেকে তাদের যে রয়্যালটি পাওয়ার যে কথা সেটা পাচ্ছেন না। কম্পোজার যারা, তাদের ক্ষেত্রে কি অবস্থা, আপনার কি মনে হয়? যে আপনি তো সিনিয়র একজন কম্পোজার, যারা ইয়াং অনেক জুনিয়ররাও আছেন ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে, ফিল্ম ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতেও।
আমরা তো কম্পোজারদের ইনফ্যাক্ট রয়্যালটির মেইন ইস্যু কিন্তু কম্পোজারের।
এক্স্যাক্টলি
যিনি গান গান তিনি আসলে পারফর্মিং রাইট ওনার, বাট কপিরাইট যেটা সেটা হচ্ছে মিউজিক ডিরেক্টর এন্ড, আর এখানেই সমস্যা আমাদের এখানে। আমরা মূলত সিঙ্গারকেই বেশি চিনি। শিল্পী কথাটা বললেই মানুষ সিঙ্গার মনে করে, শিল্পী মানে কম্পোজার মনে করে না, শিল্পী মানে যিনি বাজাচ্ছেন মিউজিশিয়ানস মনে করে না, শিল্পী মানে শিল্পী মানেই মনে করে যিনি গান গান। এখানেই সমস্যাটা হয়ে যাচ্ছে। যখন when it is a শিল্পী ইস্যু হয়ে যায়, তখন যিনি গান করেন তিনি সবার উপরে চলে আসেন, সবার আগে চলে আসেন। কথা বলতে গেলেও ওনার কথাটারই দাম থেকে যায় বেশি। যে এখানে একটা সমন্বয়ের দরকার, এখানে একটা কম্বিনেশন দরকার, এই জিনিসটা আসলে এখন তৈরি হবে।
কিন্তু এখনের যে অবস্থা আমাদের পৃথিবীতে এখন এবং বাংলাদেশেও যে ভুক্তভোগী শিল্পীরাও, তো আপনার কি মনে হয় যে একটা একতা জায়গা সৃষ্টি হবে? যে কারণ এছাড়া তো উত্তরণের কোনো পথ নেই, একত্রিত না হলে তো আসলে বের হওয়ার আর কোনো উপায় নেই।
আর উপায় নেই, বাট এখন মুশকিল হচ্ছে কি, এখন কোভিড-19 সিচুয়েশন, তো মানুষ যা কিছু করে অনলাইনে, অনলাইনে একাত্মতা হওয়া একটু ডিফিকাল্ট,
খুব ডিফিকাল্ট,
একসঙ্গে বেশ ডিফিকাল্ট।
যেমন আমি দেখেছি কলকাতায় আপনার শিল্পীরা যখন কোনো প্রোগ্রাম করছেন এখন, তারা কিন্তু টিকিট দিয়ে প্রোগ্রাম করছেন, যেখানে মানে ক্লোজ গ্রুপের প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে। তো যদি তাদের সেই অনুষ্ঠানটা দেখতে হয়,
কলকাতায় কিন্তু টিকিট কেটে দিতে হয়।
হ্যাঁ, কলকাতায় কি বলছিলেন ফরিদ ভাই?
বিষয়টা হচ্ছে কলকাতায় কিন্তু আপনার ওদের রয়্যালটি সিস্টেমটা আছে, ওদের সোসাইটি আছে। আমাদের এখানে সোসাইটিটাই ডেভেলপ করেনি। সোসাইটিটা ডেভেলপ না করার কারণে আমরা মেইনলি পিছিয়ে যাচ্ছি।
কারণ আমি অনেক শিল্পীর কাছে শুনেছি রিসেন্টলি, বাংলাদেশেরই, তারা বলল যে তারা ঠিক করেছে নিজেরা যে এখন থেকে কোনো অনুষ্ঠান করবেন না যেখানে তাদেরকে প্রপারলি রিমিউনারেশন দেয়া হবে না। তো এটা খুবই ভালো একটা ডিসিশন।
এই যে শিল্পী বললেন, হু ইজ দিস?
এক্স্যাক্টলি আবার ওই সিঙ্গারের জায়গায় ফিরে যেতে হচ্ছে। মানে যারা পারফর্মার, সেই ফর এক্সাম্পল যে পারফর্মাররা বলছেন, খুব সুন্দর একটা প্রশ্ন করেছেন, আসলে এই জায়গাটা আসলে ক্লিয়ার করা উচিত, এবং আমরা অভ্যস্ত হয়ে গেছি বলতে বলতে। তো এই যে যারা পারফরমেন্স করবেন, তো তারা বলেছেন যে তারা পারফর্ম করবেন না যদি রিমিউনারেশন দেওয়া না হয়। তো সেই জায়গায় একটা খুব ভালো কথা, কিন্তু এখানেও মনে হয় একতার প্রয়োজন আছে। যেমন যেখানে এখন দেখছি যে কলকাতাতে যখন প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে, যে প্রায় সময় টিকিট দিয়েই কিন্তু সব প্রোগ্রাম হচ্ছে, এবং যারা বিশিষ্ট শিল্পীরা আছেন তারা কিন্তু টিকিট ছাড়া কোনো পারফর্ম করছেন না। তো সেই জায়গায় বাংলাদেশে বলছে ঠিকই, তো সেই জায়গায় হয়তো বিচ্ছিন্ন বিচ্ছিন্ন অনেক অনুষ্ঠানই আমি দেখছি, কিন্তু প্রায় সময় আপনি দেখবেন বিভিন্ন লাইভে দেখা যাচ্ছে তাদেরকে, তারা আসছেন, পারফর্ম করছেন, হয়তো নিজেদের স্টুডিও থেকে, বাসা থেকে, যেভাবে হোক। তাহলে ওই যে জায়গাটা, একটা ডিসিশনের জায়গাটা কিন্তু আবারও ভেঙে যাচ্ছে। তাহলে ওইখানেও একতার অভাব রয়েছে।
এখন যারা নিউ সিঙ্গার্স, মোস্ট অফ দেম কিন্তু আসলে পুরনো গানই করে আমাদের দেশে। যেমন নতুন প্রজন্মের যারা 10 বছর আগে গান হয়েছে, সে যদি 20টা গান করে, তাহলে অন্তত 15টা গান অন্য শিল্পীর গাওয়া গান কভার করে, রাইট?
নিশ্চয়ই।
তো এই যে এখান থেকে শিল্পীটা যেটা পেমেন্ট নিয়ে গেল, সেখানে কি যে 15 জনের গানকে গেয়েছে তাকে কিছু দিচ্ছে?
নিশ্চয়ই না।
রয়্যালটি কামস, যখন রয়্যালটির প্রশ্ন আসবে, তখন কিন্তু এটা হতে হবে।
ওরা তো গানটা গাইতেও পারবে না, এই রয়্যালটির ব্যাপার ক্লিয়ার না হলে তো এই গানটাও ব্লক হয়ে যাবে।
রাইট, এই জন্য আমি বললাম যে এখন আমাদের যে জায়গায় আছি, এটা আরেকটু ইউনাইটেড না হলে কিছুই হবে না।
আর সবচেয়ে ইন্টারেস্টিং হলো রিসেন্ট একটা জায়গা, যে কন্ট্রোভার্সিয়াল এই কথাটা এখন যেটা বলবো, যে দেখা যাচ্ছে অনেক জুনিয়র আর্টিস্ট যারা এই কাভার সং গেয়েই পপুলার হয়েছেন, এখন তারা যাদের কাভার সং করছেন তাদেরকেই দেখা যাচ্ছে অপমান করে অনেক কথা বলছেন, এবং অবমাননা, অবজ্ঞা করে। তো সেটা যে কারণেই করে থাকুন না কেন, সেটা হতে পারে যে নিজের প্রমোশনের জন্য হোক, কিন্তু এই যে প্র্যাকটিসটা, আমি জানি না পরবর্তী ডেভেলপমেন্ট কি হচ্ছে এখন। আপনার কি মনে হয়?
এখন এটা আসলে জেনারেশনের বিষয়। যেমন আমি এখনো এই 35 বছর গান করার পরেও আমার আগে যারা বাজাতেন, আমার আগে যারা শুট করতেন, এক জায়গায় হুড়ুনি বসার আগে বসি না। এটা ফ্যামিলি ট্র্যাডিশন। এটা আমরা তখন একসঙ্গে ছিলাম, একসঙ্গে বাজাতাম। আমি বললাম একসঙ্গে 40 জন আমরা বাজাতাম মিউজিশিয়ানস। এইখানে কিন্তু প্র্যাকটিস, আমরা স্টুডিওতে একসঙ্গে বসতাম, আগের ঘটনা আলোচনা হতো, কে কতটা ট্যালেন্ট,
আপনি তো যেমন
এটা জানতাম।
আপনি শুরু করেছিলেন গিটার দিয়ে আপনার ব্যান্ডে, কিন্তু পরবর্তী যখন ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আসেন আপনি তখন বেস গিটার বাজাতেন।
বেস গিটার বাজাতাম, হ্যাঁ। তো বিষয়টা হচ্ছে যে আমরা এই যে 40 জন মিউজিশিয়ানসকে দেখতাম, একজন মিউজিক ডিরেক্টর আসতেন, আমরা ওনাদের টোটাল প্রোফাইলটা আমাদের মুখস্থ করতাম। এই কারণে আমরা তাদেরকে রেসপেক্ট করতাম, এখনো করি। কিন্তু এখন হচ্ছে কি ম্যাক্সিমাম মানুষ তো বাসায় ছোট ছোট স্টুডিওতে কাজ করে, তারা কিন্তু সিনিয়রদের ইতিহাসটাই জানে না,
তাদের কাছাকাছি অনেক সময়
জানে না। হ্যাঁ, তো এই যে বিষয়টা, এটা না হওয়ার কারণে আমরা যে রেসপেক্টটা দিই আমাদের সিনিয়রদের, এরা হয়তো সেই রেসপেক্ট দেওয়ার কথা বুঝতে পারছে না। এই বোঝার জন্য আসলে একসঙ্গে বসছে কি, যখন কনসার্ট হয় তখন সিনিয়র সিঙ্গার্স জুনিয়র সিঙ্গার্স একসঙ্গে যায়, বাট সিনিয়র মিউজিক ডিরেক্টরদের সঙ্গে কিন্তু ওই ইয়েটা হচ্ছে না। যেটা আমরা যখন আগে বড় স্টুডিওতে, দুটো মাত্র স্টুডিও ছিল, সবাই যেতাম, যেটা হতো, যে কারণে আমি যদি না জানি আমার একজন সিনিয়রের কন্ট্রিবিউশনটা কি, আমার একজন সিনিয়রের যোগ্যতাটা কি, তখন কিন্তু আমি বুঝতে পারবো না, তাকে সেই সম্মানটা দেবো না।
আপনি কি এই ধরনের, আপনি নিজেও একজন সিনিয়র, কিন্তু আপনি আপনার যারা সিনিয়র আছেন ডেফিনেটলি, কিন্তু আপনার 33 বছর জীবনে এখন এই যে কম্পোজিশন, মিউজিক কম্পোজিশন শুরু করেছেন, তো আপনি নিজেও এখন সেই একটা, আপনারও কিন্তু একটা সিনিয়রিটির জায়গা ডেফিনেটলি ক্রিয়েট হয়ে গেছে। তো আপনি নিজে কি ফেস করেছেন এই ধরনের কোনো দুঃখজনক ঘটনা?
আমি এটা ফেস করি না, আমি ফেস করি এটার অন্য একটা কারণ আছে, আমার সঙ্গে ওদের মেলানো যাবে না, কারণ আপনি খুব বেশি মিশুক টাইপের মানুষ।
আচ্ছা,
একদম এখন কালকে যে ছেলেটি বা মেয়েটি গান গাইতে এসেছে, তার সাথে আমি যখন কথা বলি খুব ফ্রেন্ডলি কথা বলি, এবং তাকে ওই ধরনের কোনো সুযোগ দিই না, বেয়াদবির তো নাই, আমি নিজেই ওর ফ্রেন্ডের মতো কাজ করি, ইনফ্যাক্ট মিশে থাকি। তো যে কারণে প্রথম থেকেই আমাদের মধ্যে একটা ফ্রেন্ডলি রিলেশন হয়ে যাবে যার সঙ্গে কাজ করি এখানে। আর আমি যেহেতু খুব অনার করি, আমি কিন্তু আমার জুনিয়রদের অনার করি। আমার কোনো জুনিয়র সিঙ্গার অর মিউজিশিয়ান বলতে পারবে না আমি ওদেরকে অনার করি না। একটা স্নেহের সঙ্গে অনারের একটা বিষয় থাকে না,
নিশ্চয়ই
আমি সেটা করি। আমি সেটা করার কারণে মানে অটোমেটিক্যালি আমার সঙ্গে যে থাকে সে কিন্তু আমাকে সে অনারটা দিতে বাধ্য হয়। সবসময় তা হয় না সবার ক্ষেত্রে, সেই জায়গাটা একটা বিষয়। এই যে আপনি যেটা বলছিলেন একটু আগে যে সিনিয়রদের নিয়ে ডিফারেন্ট কথা হচ্ছে সেই বা একটু বেয়াদবি করেছে, এই জিনিসটা হতো না যদি আমরা একটা স্টুডিওতে আগের মতো সবাই মিলে কাজ করতাম একসঙ্গে, 40 জন 50 জন, ওখানে একটা অটোমেটিক একটা রেসপেক্ট তৈরি হয়ে যেত। সেটা তৈরি হতে পারেনি। একটা সেকেন্ডারি লেখা হচ্ছে কোথায়, ফেসবুকে লিখছে, তাই না, অথবা ফেসবুক লাইভে একটা কথা বলছে, এই কথাটা কখনো মানুষ মুখোমুখি বলতে পারে না। আমি যদি একজন সিনিয়রকে মুখের উপরে কথা বলতে না পেরে পিছনে লিখে কথা বলি, এটা কিন্তু মানে আমার কি বলবো, এটাকে আমি
যে একটা আইডেন্টিটি, একটা মানে একটা হাইড করে, অনেকে দেখা যাচ্ছে আইডিও তো হাইড করে এমন একটা ফলস
না করে প্রকাশ্যই করলাম। আপনি চোখের দিকে তাকিয়ে কথাটা বলতে হবে। আমি যদি আপনার চোখের দিকে তাকিয়ে বলতে না পারলাম, এটা কথা বলা হলো না।
ফরিদ ভাই, যেমন একটা কমেন্ট এসছে আমাদের অনলাইনে আমাদের এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে, লাভলি দেব, উনি নিজেও একজন মিউজিশিয়ান এবং সিঙ্গার, তো এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে কথা বলার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। ফরিদ ভাইয়ের এই কথাটাই আসল সত্য, অনলাইনে এক হওয়া খুব কঠিন। আর যেমন আমাদের আরো কিছু কমেন্ট আছে যে ওয়েল ডান ক্রিস অ্যান্ড দীপা, তারপর রাজীব ব্যানার্জি, থ্যাঙ্কস ফরিদ। আপনি রাজীব ব্যানার্জি ওনাকে চেনেন কিনা আমি জানি না, মনে হচ্ছে, অথবা উনি হয়তো দেখছেন। অ্যান্ড দেন উই হ্যাভ কমেন্টস অন অ্যালবিন অ্যান্টনি, Deepa and Chris killing at NGL, killing it NGL. And yes, more power to Deepa and Chris, that Deepraj Paul. And Rajiv Banerjee, more guitar plays. And Jahangir Nakir, great program indeed. So we have more comments coming up. Into AJ, we were talking about the issue of copyright, and definitely we are quite privileged, I would say, because it's quite strong here. So even when it's being played anywhere, performed, and even when we are using any clip, say for example, even there we are not sure about the copyright and we have used that one, the video gets blocked. Even many times we face that one, even on our live shows, that sometimes we made the mistake of checking the background whether it's already been copyrighted. So then our program was blocked. So we need that practice, definitely. So on this part, Farid Bhai, I would like to get back to you again. And I understand you have a recent composition in 2020, which you have done with some new singers. I mean, I wouldn't say new. It's really not a good word. I'm sorry for that. Apologies. Young singers. Exactly.
Right.
So they had been in the industry for the last 10-12 years, I guess. It's already যারা আমরা তারা নবাগত শব্দটা তাদের জন্য আর খাটে না। So yeah, they're young singers, exactly. So এবং very talented. তো তাদেরকে নিয়ে আপনার এই গানটা কোভিড এই গানের নামটা কি ছিল, টাইটেল কি ছিল গানের?
গানের টাইটেল ছিল
তাহলে আমরা চলে আসি, আমরা গানটাতে চলে যাই, সেখান থেকে আমরা টাইটেলটাও শুনে নিতে পারবো। তো COVID-19, you had composed a song in 2020 with some young singers, young talented singers of Bangladesh, and let's have a listen to that song. Probably if we are ready with that song, we'll have a listen. So it's on COVID, and some compositions are happening all around the world. Many composers and singers are doing it, and in both Bengals and in the Western countries as well, many people are coming up with their own composition and their own creations. So in that line, we have another song, and it was composed by you and sung by some very talented singers of Bangladesh. Let's have a listen.
জীবন একটাই, প্রতিটি গান তাই হাজার জীবন ছবি। পৃথিবী একটাই, জীবন একটাই, প্রতিটি গান তাই হাজার জীবন ছবি। সেই প্রাণ আর সেই পৃথিবীর নাম ভয়ের চাদরে মোড়ানো আজ, একই প্রকৃতির অভিমান, একই প্রকৃতির অভিমান। পৃথিবী একটাই, জীবন একটাই, প্রতিটি গান তাই হাজার জীবন ছবি।
সুন্দর আগামীর প্রত্যাশায় দূরত্বে সাজানো আজ পৃথিবী।
শোকের মিছিল কাটিয়ে নিশ্চয়ই আবার বিজয়ের হাসিতে পূর্ণ হবে হাজারো জীবন ছবি।
কাছের মানুষ দূরে রেখে বুঝেছি জীবনের মানে,
কাছে না থেকেও পাশে থেকে মৃত্যুকে করে জয় ভয়কে রেখে।
কাছের মানুষ দূরে রেখে বুঝেছি জীবনের মানে, কাছে না থেকেও পাশে থেকে মৃত্যুকে করে জয় ভয়কে রেখে। চলো কাঁধে কাঁধে রেখে দূর থেকে মায়ার ভালোবাসা নিয়ে নতুন আশায় বাঁধিব, মৃত্যুর মিছিলে যাত্রী না হয়ে।
সুন্দর আগামীর প্রত্যাশায় দূরত্বে সাজানো আজ পৃথিবী।
শোকের মিছিল কাটিয়ে নিশ্চয়ই আবার বিজয়ের হাসিতে পূর্ণ হবে হাজারো জীবন ছবি।
শাশ্বত সত্য আছেন একজন কাল থেকে মহাকালে,
পাপের পেয়ালাটা পূর্ণ আজি জীবন সাজাই চলো নব পুণ্যে।
শাশ্বত সত্য আছেন একজন কাল থেকে মহাকালে, পাপের পেয়ালাটা পূর্ণ আজি জীবন সাজাই চলো নব পুণ্যে। দুটি হাত বাড়িয়ে চলো না মানবতার প্রদীপটা জেলে, দম্ভ ভুলে যাই এগিয়ে, মৃত্যুর মিছিলে যাত্রী না হয়ে। পৃথিবী একটাই, জীবন একটাই, প্রতিটি গান তাই হাজার জীবন ছবি। সেই প্রাণ আর সেই পৃথিবীর নাম ভয়ের চাদরে মোড়ানো আজ, একই প্রকৃতির অভিমান, একই প্রকৃতির অভিমান। পৃথিবী একটাই, জীবন একটাই, প্রতিটি গান তাই হাজার জীবন ছবি।
Lovely song. Thanks for it, Bhai, for that composition. And it's an honor to share and have you on this show. Because you have worked in the industry for such a long time. And we have a caller online. Let's get back to the caller. And I think it's one of our regular callers. And she has always made some positive contributions. And let's see what she has to say tonight.
Hi, Ershad. It's Esther from Fitzroy House.
Hi, Esther from Fitzroy House. And you're the director of Fitzroy House.
Yes, I am indeed. Good show today. Very good show. First of all, let me just say, your two singers, Chris and Deepa, holy cow, they're amazing.
Very talented.
I want to hear more jazz.
Yeah, we'll definitely an amazing guitar player. We have Chris there and Deepa, as you can see. Whenever she smiles, it's such a hard to smile straight away. The whole place, it starts sparkling.
Absolutely. The whole place goes on fire. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
so,
I thought it was really, I basically thought of, because I was watching the show as I normally do, and I thought, this week I'm going to give you a break. I'm not going to call in, but I wanted to say something anyway, because what I think is really cool about your program is that you're managing to get people on the show, which I otherwise would never, be exposed to. And I know that, last week your show was watched by 2,500 people, and I'm sure it's going to increase as you do
definitely,
them. But
yeah.
You're managing to get these artists together from all over the place, and it never ceases to amaze me how many actual creative minds we have in the world.
Exactly. That's the idea of In Harmony with. So we are trying to bring everyone in harmony. I'm just the vibe. So I'll be the person who'll be connecting everyone. So even we can see that for Chris and Deepa, it's an interesting experience. I understand. Even to listen to this song and to get introduced to these composers, because we already know, living in London, and you Deepa and Chris, both of you probably know you have your own favorite composers, but now you have listened to the other composers who have worked for 33 years and what they are doing, they have been doing, what they're up to.
Yeah.
So Esther, it's always valuable, the contribution you make to the show. So today, and being a jazz head yourself, I know that how you play the piano as well yourself. You do ballet. You're a photographer. You are a kickboxer. And please add to that if I had missed anything. But you're such a talented person yourself. And first of all, I would say you are a great listener.
Thank you.
So that's one of the reasons why we go there and perform.
I think it's definitely it's an inspiration to listen. And funnily enough, because piano, from a piano perspective, has mostly been jazz for me.
Mm-hmm.
But because, since a few weeks ago, I've started to listen to other kind of music. And I've actually been practicing to play a specific ghazal, which at some point we should do. It's going to be fun. I actually nailed it last night. I was up until God knows when rehearsing it, and I actually figured it out.
Yeah, we have a plan coming up. It's a project that Esther would probably accompany me. And it will be, because this show on Air Television Network, we are planning to do it live at Fitzroy House. That's Esther's invitation that probably will make it happen. And once we do that, probably on that show, Esther will be playing live.
I think that'll be fun.
And that'll be your zone, your comfort zone.
I'll just accompany you, because I'm definitely not the main performer. Your song Magnolia, by the way, is one of my favorite songs.
Oh.
I'm really, really happy that you played that.
Oh, thank you.
Your sound is good. Have you been practicing it? I presume it sounds very, very good. Oh. And it's a good song. Great song.
Oh, thank you. Means a lot.
You're very welcome. Absolutely. Anyway, so thank you again for a great show. And yes, when the whole COVID-19 situation is over, then we'll figure out how to do this. I wanted to comment on something interesting that earlier I saw the little 5-year-old girl singing. I thought that was spectacular also. She's great. And you were talking about the trouble with kids having mental issues during the whole lockdown situation. And I actually wanted to give a shout out to my own sister, because she's got 4 little ones. 11, 9, 5, and 3, and she's had them at home for the last 3 months, and they've spent a lot of time homeschooling, but also learning instruments and playing music and singing songs. And music has always been a thing in my family. So between my parents, who are both professional musicians, and her as well, music is actually what's uplifted the whole household a lot. So I can highly recommend to anyone that has got trouble with the kids, connect them to music, because music
or any
will,
artistic
will
faculty.
them.
Whatever
Absolutely.
they can. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, highly recommended. But no, it's an important issue that we need to address, and hopefully with everything stopping soon, kids can go back to school, and
So your nephew and niece, they're doing well. I mean,
they're doing very well. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I get photos from them every day, and we're in Zoom meetings and all that, and they look spectacular. So, yeah, no, they're fine. They're all good. But
thanks for the suggestion.
Is an amazing mom.
Yeah. So far as I know, Anwar Sadi, I mean, he's an artist himself. So he got his daughter involved in art as well. So it's a very interesting thing. What he does normally, he shared with me the other day. So whenever there's particularly, say, for example, her mom, she has cooked something, probably it's fish, and she would draw fish, she'll cut it out with a scissor, and then she would just bring to dad and say that, look, this fish had been cooked for you today. So that's how she'd been practicing. And also, as you can see, she's becoming another Deepa at some point, probably when she grows up. And yeah, so it's an interesting thing. Thanks a lot, Esther. So
absolutely, and thank you for the show. Thank you to all the artists and your guests.
My pleasure.
You're all amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. So that was Esther from London, Fitzroy House. That's a museum as well, which she manages. And probably all the artists we have on different episodes, probably we can get together and have a celebration there, because we have an invitation from her that we will be performing in the venue, and we'll be doing a live telecast from that venue of this program, In Harmony with Ershad, on Air Television Network. So we have come towards the end of the show. But before I go, I'll try to get connected to Deepa and Chris once more. And probably we'll listen to one more song. And then we'll take the concluding comments from all the guests, and we'll bring an end to the show. Okay. And I really had a great time. And it was a lot of variations, just going back and forth, Bangladesh, then London, and going back and singing. And you guys are amazing. Great job.
Yeah, thanks for having us on again. It's like you said, it's been an interesting.
Always, you deserve it.
It's an honor to be on the first show, I guess.
It's a privilege, man. I mean, I really enjoyed having you guys there, and you both sounded amazing. So, what are we going to listen now?
We have one more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers.
Oh yes, my favorite song.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time when she's gone. Wonder if she is gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. I know, hey, you wanna leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time when she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away.
Woo! Good job. Good job. I loved it. And one of my favorite songs as well. I hope everyone liked it. And what a song to end the show with. We are nearly there. So, Chris and Deepa, what was your experience today? Yeah, I know it's not exclusively just we are talking all the time with you guys, but we're going back and forth. I wanted to share the experience. And main thing I always say in harmony with Ershad, what I try to do, I try to connect people from all around the world. As we are saying with Farid Ahmed, that it's not only the performers. I mean, when we call an artist, it's the lyricist, it's the composer, it's the singer, it's the instrument players, everyone. So what was your experience in terms of you had an exposure to new kind of music and it's a new culture as well. So Chris and Deepa, in no particular order, whoever wants to share some experience or make some comment.
Yeah, well, I have never done something like this, singing on a live stream. I don't know if you have. So, this is something I mean, the amount of setting up we did for before we did this was that was fun.
Yeah.
I've never had to do anything like that before. Setting up lighting, making sure everything's yeah.
No, it's a great thing. I felt, and I'm really happy to be the part of your first ever live. You guys have been performing on stage a lot of times I've seen, but it's a new norm. So if Anwar Sadi could mute the mic, please. So yeah, and Deepa, your lockdown situation in terms of the experiences you had as an artist, you're blessed, and same for Chris. You could try something new. So, what would be your advice for everyone in general? Have you felt something that would help people for their mental health issues? Because it's really hard getting stuck in one place within
Yeah.
the.
I mean, for myself, from personal experience, of, especially when you find yourself in a certain place in your life where you're finding, I don't know, stuff is hard in life. You know, it's hard to overcome certain things. I think staying as healthy as you can is, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it's one of the most important things I've found. Even if you're finding things to do, if you've got nothing on your schedule, try and go out, find some, go for a walk, a cycle. Maybe
Yeah, I mean, now, thankfully enough, towards the end, we had that facility that you could go out for work, walk, or even you could go to a park. And I mean, if you have someone from your household, you could share that place. But now things are getting back to normal. But before that, when the lockdown started, especially for places like Bangladesh or in India, where you don't have that opportunity of going out even, I mean, that's really hard. So yeah, staying creative, and people can pick up new skills probably. Say, even if you were thinking, probably many people were thinking, okay, if I could start painting again, I wanted to do that. Things like that. I mean, I wanted to write. I always wanted to write, but I didn't have a time. People were thinking, so they can start. I think they can pick up those hobbies. So that's some great ideas. And for you people, the both of you talented guys out there, great job today. And I hope you'll work on it. And a lot of different things are coming out. And since your EP is coming in July, is it, Chris?
Yeah, end of July. Here's hoping.
So what's the name again?
It's under Manatee, which is MAN_O_.
Manatee. Okay. And where they can find you and they can listen to your EP on Spotify?
I will have everything out on Spotify. Probably put the tunes on YouTube as well. I'm working towards getting some music videos done as well.
Great. Wow.
But yeah, Instagram at the moment is my only place that you can follow for small updates I've got.
And what's the name there? Bokuno Pingu?
That's another Instagram account.
Man, that's hard to follow you. So it's under the name of Chris Margetson, is it?
No, it's under Manatee. So
Manatee. Okay, great. So would it be, say, for example, as a session player, someone wants to get hold of you? So how they would get in touch with you?
Best way is probably through my email at this point. I'm trying to set up a more professional social media account at this point because since coming off of Facebook, I realized that I've kind of needed to go back on Facebook to connect with certain people. I mean, there's some people I'm actually can't keep in contact with unless I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work.
Time for Chris Moggetson to make a debut, probably.
Yeah, maybe. It might not be another crazy name or something. I'm thinking of something.
Yeah, I mean, there's no harm. So far, that's how people get to know you. They know where to find you. I mean, it really doesn't matter that you have to be Chris. But yeah. Okay, and Deepa, for you, any concluding message for people out there?
Thank you so much for watching us.
Mm-hmm.
That was
we loved it.
It's lovely reading all the comments in the live comment section. So thank you so much. And
yeah,
yeah, it was
oh, so humble. I'd say great job, and nice seeing you and having you as well on this show. And it was a pleasure. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I'll talk to the rest of the guests as well, so they'll have their own comment about you too. So yeah, Farid bhai, nice having you. I know the internet connection wasn't the greatest and it wasn't the most helpful, but we got the message, and we could talk about a lot of things. And in terms of, we heard quite a few things from you and very important messages. And it's food for thought, I would rather say, and that would make people think how they should go about in terms of the problems they're facing in the industry, especially Bangladeshi music industry, in terms of copyright, the question of unity, and how they can come together and work together.
In fact, the main thing is we have to be united, which is very important. So the copyright issue, not only the royalty issue, and in fact, we have to alive after this COVID.
Yeah.
This COVID-19, I think it will prolong too long time it will stay.
Yeah, it might end up killing people without killing them. I mean, if you know what I mean. Because many people would suffer in a sense that its financial issues are involved, and especially for musicians, people who are dependent on live performances, and venues are getting closed, and many recording studios are getting closed. So the music industry is getting a big hit.
Everything is closed. So I think government should come to help us. Not only it's not help. In fact, they can sponsor some. They can take initiative to have some online programs with good and some payment that can.
Some remuneration can be in place, and probably people can come forward, and if they're united, and there could be an organization where they can start helping people and extend their financial help towards that. And on a positive note, what do you think of Chris and Deepa? You are a very seasoned music director.
Very nice singing and catering. I was listening. Very sweet catering. The tone was good.
Yeah, I mean, online, it's not the best possible place to listen to a guitar player or probably a singer, but they tried their best and they sounded there. You sounded great, both of you.
Yes, it was nice.
Thank you for it.
With your wonderful presentation, in fact.
Oh, thank you for it.
Amazing.
Means a lot. Thank you. Very kind of you. And what would be your concluding message to the people who've been watching? We had discussed about a lot of things, but during this crisis, especially Bangladesh is going through a very hard time, what would you say?
It's a hard time. In fact, people are not staying home here. This is a big problem. But they can stay home they can listen some good music, they can read some good books, and they can keep them fit by exercising and sleeping 8 or 2 hours. It's most important.
This is the best time. You have a lot of time to sleep.
Right, and it's a very good time to pray to everyone's God. It's a very important time for that, I think.
Okay.
Concentrate with their praying and in good music, reading.
Wow, some good messages. So workout, good food, and proper sleeping habits, even though I'm sleeping most of the nights 4.5 hours. So I'm not the good person to talk about it. I'm trying to get back to a good routine. Last night I had like 5 hours. That's my best in this last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm very happy. So that's why I look a bit, cheerful. Okay, let's get back to. Thanks a lot, Farid Bhai, and let's get back to Anwar Sadi. What would be your concluding message? And it was
Okay.
thanks to you, first of all, bringing your daughter. Uh, I mean, it's a surprise performance from her. That was really interesting. And so, what would you like to add?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say apology because I, along with my daughter, have disowned your program
No, no.
enough. Okay, we both are very sorry, very, very sorry. But thing is like that, she cannot go out because fear of COVID-19. Okay, fear of coronavirus. So we have to be more. What I have to say. Uh, we have to give her more access to everything nowadays. Okay, I would like to
And
say
we are
that.
happy that we could be a part of it and just brought some entertainment to her, and she felt like doing something. And we are happy. We
Yeah.
understand. And this would have happened on a regular TV show, probably on a studio. But since we have the facility now, we can do these things, and we can be a little informal if we like. And why not? We are all real people, so we just brought the real element to life and on screen as well, so people could hear, they could experience, and it was a great thing. So don't apologize. You're fine.
Okay. Uh, I wish I could hear more and more from Deepa, if I can pronounce her name properly,
Yeah,
and the playing with her,
Chris.
Mr. Chris, is more than excellent. Is more than excellent, and the harmony between them, the singer and the guitar play, is wonderful, and it is very soul touching matter happening there. Okay,
Very
we
soulful.
can feel. I can feel it sitting in Bangladesh. That some different phenomenon is there. Okay, the both are excellent, and we would like to hear again from Deepa, and we would
Yeah,
like
at some
to
point,
see
definitely.
or hear
Yeah.
playing from this.
And you should check
And
them out
for
as
it,
well. I mean, Deepa, you can go to YouTube. Probably Deepa would have some of her
I
performance
actually
videos.
have an Instagram.
You have an Instagram. Yeah, please.
It's called Sid Vicious.
okay.
I'm not in it. It's my cactus. My
It's your cactus. Okay.
so it's there. So I sing and the video is just my cactus.
Okay, great. So if your cactus is there, we'd know
So
that it's Deepa. That's fine. Great.
okay, so it is our honor and privilege to find you in Instagram, Deepa, and Farid bhai, it is very sorry to hear all the thing about music industry in Bangladesh. But one thing is fact that the sky is open. The sky is open, and we always remember 60s for the song, for everything.
No, sky is
Uh,
open, but royalty is not open. That is the problem.
That's the sad part. So I think Anwar Sadi, since you have already met Farid by now, so when you do your next TV show, because you guys can do it literally on a television channel now, you don't have to do it online.
yes,
So probably you should
I
invite Farid Bhai, and you should talk about this crisis in the music industry of Bangladesh, and you guys can talk about it live on television.
right. Hearing from Farid bhai, I came to realize that we have to do something about music, and there are many untold stories lying in music industry. We should
Exactly.
unmask it.
Yep. Definitely. So
Okay.
we had a very positive message throughout, and we heard about some of the issues that needs to be tackled. And on that note, I'd like to take leave of everyone, all the guests, and thanks to you all for being a part of the show and making your contribution in your own way. Farid Bhai, you had been, and such a privilege to have you on the show. Chris and Deepa, beautiful music and the talent that you brought, and many people would be inspired, and a lot of other talented young musicians would be joining the show very soon, you'll see. So keep your eyes peeled and also try to support the channel and be part of it, and you're part of it now. And Anwar Sadi, you are always a part of this show, so I
Ershad,
wait. Yeah,
yeah,
please.
yeah, your show is becoming excellent day by day, and the people you flock together, they are special. I have to say, they are very blessed,
You all are special,
and
definitely.
so this show is going to attract more and more people attraction, and they will love you and they will love the program.
Great. Thank you. So we'd like to, on this note, on this positive note, and on this very hopeful note, we'd like to end the show tonight. And everyone who've been watching and tuning in from any part of the world, I thank you all for being a part of the show and being a great support to us. So don't forget to tune in every Saturday at 6 p.m. on ARTV or AR Television Network in harmony with Ershad. So I'd like to bring the show to you every Saturday. So wherever you are, which part of the world, it doesn't matter. So long you have an internet and you can watch it on the phone, you can watch it on the computer, but at the same time, you can go to the channel's website itself where you can watch a HD quality, I would say, or a HD quality. And you don't have to, because it's not a Facebook Live. It's basically a TV channel show. So on that note, I had a great time with all the guests who had been here today, and lovely calls, people who've been calling and sending me all those beautiful messages, and keep supporting this show. And my idea is to bring you all together. And I think we have been doing a great job and we'll keep on doing it. So I promise, and see you again next week, next Saturday at 6 p.m. And today, signing off from me from In Harmony with Ershad. Take care. Good evening. Good night.